Welcome everyone to another episode of King Reflections. I'm Daniel Oliver, owner of Xander King, and I'm excited to have you here today. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do one in a while. It has been a hectic few past weeks and months leading into this year, but I've been working on so many things and just ran an event last week for Talk to Me Bro to raise funds for Talk to Me Bro, their organization. And that went really well, so I've just been now being able to just recollect myself, get myself sort of back on track to try and get these podcasts and also further content out on my Instagram. So this is one that just sprung on me today. It is Sunday the 26th, I believe. No, it's the 27th. And I was just listening to some podcasts, and the topic of confidence came to my mind to talk about confidence. And over the years of my life, a lot of people have come to me and said that people talk about me behind my back, as people do, because we're all human. We always talk about each other behind each other's backs. But they called me arrogant or cocky or up myself. And obviously that's a concept of confidence that they're portraying or that they're perceiving in me. And it's funny because once these people that used to say stuff about me like that, they would get to know me and then they go, actually, you're not cocky at all, arrogant at all. So I thought I might explain where my confidence actually comes from and why it comes from where it comes from, if that makes sense at all. But initially what I'm about to say is that I actually don't have any confidence in myself. I do have a little bit, obviously, of my skills and stuff, but I don't have a lot of confidence in myself about my opinion of myself. First, I want to talk about, though, the definition of confidence. So I looked it up, and there are actually two definitions. One definition is the feeling or belief that one can have faith in or rely on someone or something. And the second one being the telling of private matters or secrets with mutual trust. So obviously confidence has this concept of trust, belief, faith, conviction or dependence. It's this constant assurance of the thing or person that you believe in, so to speak. And I was listening to a podcast probably about a year ago when someone said, the reason why most people don't have confidence within themselves is because they can't rely on themselves, or they don't trust themselves to follow through on their actions. So the more you say, I'm going to go to gym today, and the more you follow up on that and actually follow through, the more confidence you have in yourself. So I'd say that in those kind of aspects, I do have in myself the ability, the conviction to say, if I say I'm going to do something, then I will do it, unless something happens otherwise where it conflicts with me from doing it, or it stops me from doing that thing. But usually I do follow through on the things that I say that I'm going to do, without a doubt. And I can say that that's one thing that I'm definitely confident in myself, is that I know when I'm going to set my mind to something, or I know that when I've got something in my heart that I really need to get out, like this, for example, this podcast episode, I was like, umming and ahhing, going, should I do it? And I go, no. Today, I'm going to do this podcast episode because I haven't done one in a while. And I think this is a really important topic that does need to be covered. So I am following through right now, recording this because I'm a man to my word as best as I can be. But most people have this idea of self-confidence in the sense that they believe in themselves, that they've got this self-assurance that they know who they are, they know where they're going, they know what they're doing, when really I actually have no idea where I'm going, no idea really what I'm doing. I am learning as I go. I'm constantly looking up or reading books, constantly listening to podcasts at the moment, and trying to gain as much information as I can to live, like, in a sense, as Brené Brown says, a wholehearted life, where I want to live a full quality life where there's not as much suffering, as Jordan Peterson would say, not as much suffering. We want to take on as much knowledge and wisdom as we can, so we can reduce the amount of suffering that, life offers to us, or life hands us, all these sufferings and all the cards that we've been dealt with in life. And usually people's perception of self-confidence is based on the idea that people are able to block out and not listen to other people's opinions of us, especially negative opinions of us. And I have gotten to that stage where when people talk negatively about me, it does affect me sometimes. I do get a little bit disheartened, discouraged, and I get the thoughts of, why am I even doing this? Why bother? No one's really listening to me. No one's really putting the effort to to get to know me or to invest in my brand or in the education that I pour out. And sometimes even with my PT sessions where people don't take it as seriously as I would like them to. But as have experienced this amount of life, the amount that I have, the past 30 years, I've come to realize that my confidence can't belong to me. It can't belong in me. My confidence needs to belong in God. He put me in this certain time period, this certain area, this certain family, this certain friends, the circle of friends that I've been put in for a reason. And I've just got to trust that his plan is going to work for me. So that even comes with the idea like, yes, I try my best to ignore people's opinions of me because they don't define me. Their opinions don't define me. Not even my own opinions define who I am. God's opinion of me is what defines me. It defines my actions, it defines my behavior, and it defines my attitudes and my mindset as best as it can be, as best as I can. I always try my best to attune my perception and my attitudes and my mindset and my mentalities and all that to what God wants for my life. But sometimes I falter. Sometimes I go into the selfish pathway of going, all right, what are my desires? What do I really want to achieve? What do I really want to say to these people that are aggravating me or frustrating me? What I really want to say to this person that's on the very harsh suffering path, when I know there's some advice that I can tell them that will help them be on a better path. And that's a selfish way of thinking that I can be the hero in all of that. When really I just need to go, no, God, I'm going to trust what you want for my life. And it's just listening to that small voice of when I'm about to make a decision, I listen for that voice, no, go over here, no, do this, no, do that. That's what I listen to constantly now, is especially when I'm in a state of vulnerability, when I feel like I'm in a position where I'm going to make a fool of myself or humiliate myself to some degree. Sometimes God goes, no, do this, or yeah, go do that. Take the initiative to be brave, be vulnerable, and you might help this person will get something out of you. Something they will benefit from your acknowledgement, or you just saying a simple hello, even if it's just a stranger. Sometimes I get those little voices in my head or those urges to go, no, go do that. Go do this. Say this or say that. Say it this way. Don't say it that way. Because I know that if I rely on myself and, you're in a heated argument sometimes and straight away your emotions are boiled up and you just want to say things because they're attacking you, they're attacking your character, and you just want to have revenge and fight back and be like, start jabbing them with some, insults and stuff like that. When really that's not productive. It doesn't help us connect and rectify the situation or bring a resolve to the situation or the problem. It just disconnects us a lot and it's not productive. No one's going to win out of the situation. We're just going to go home more frustrated, more angry, and then just dwell on that anger and frustration rather than being able to just calm ourselves and go, you know what is the issue here and what way can we communicate that can make this situation better? Because I know the way that I would do it is being attacking. When God's just like, no, trust me, trust my wisdom, trust my direction for you. Hold off on your selfish urges to say that mean and spiteful thing, to not do that thing that could be taken as inconsiderate or rude, or just watching your behavior and your actions. Just make sure you're trying not to offend anyone out of malicious intent. So basically what I'm trying to say is that all my confidence is based in God. It's not in myself. Yes, I might, dress myself in a sense appropriately or not professionally. I don't ever dress myself professionally, but I do take pride in my look. Like I don't want to come off as someone that doesn't take care of themselves. I want to try my best to make it look like I do take care of myself. I'm proud of who I am. I take pride in who I am. I take pride in my body, the healthy body that I've been given. I try to take care of it as much as I can because I've been blessed with this body that's able to walk down the street. It is able to smell and eat things and not get a reaction to it. So I do want to take care of my body as best I can to avoid risks of injuring it or making it even more risky to having, be detrimental to diseases or, in a sense, bodily malfunctions. I want it to perform to its best of ability. So I'm taking care of my body. And most people think, probably think, that's cocky and it's arrogant. Like, I do have my occasional donut, but I don't go full out on junk food as best I can. I try and keep my diet regularly healthy. It's probably about a 50-50 right now. But I won't go out and binge on junk food or any high processed sugar foods or anything like that. And I try my best to, exercise, get my regular exercise in to keep my metabolism up, to keep my bone and my muscle strength up. But it all comes from that mentality of, I've been blessed with this body that is functional. I'm going to try and maintain that functionality. I don't want to lose that functionality and just take it for granted. But coming back to people's opinions, and, because we're all in relationships, we have our friendships, we have our colleague relationships, we have our intimate relationships, we have our partner in relationships, we have our family relationships, for example. And a lot of the time, people do want to look out for you. They do say things and give you advice to protect you, to prevent you from being disappointed or being hurt, which is understandable because they've probably come from they've got a story to tell of the hurt that they've learned from. But sometimes they don't realize it, but it can come from a subconscious way of being like, I don't want you to succeed because I didn't succeed. Or I don't want you to be that way because I can't be that way. It comes out of the concept of resentment. I'm going to tell you not to do this because I couldn't do it, and I don't want you to be able to do it and make me out to look like a fool, so to speak. And like I said, they do it subconscious. They don't do it like intently. They don't do it out of malicious intent. They just do it because they think they're trying to protect you or trying to prevent you from being hurt. But sometimes, like I said, my confidence isn't in their opinion. My confidence isn't in their advice. My confidence isn't even in myself. When I try and make my decisions or my choices, it's not based on what I think or what these other people think. If God's asking me to do one thing or whatever, or, put on my heart to go do something, even this brand, I feel like it's been God's put on my heart to go with this brand, to push forward the mentality that we all have the potential to be better. We all have the potential to become better. We just need to, in a sense, believe in ourselves, but also just to trust in Him, that He's going to guide you on a path that will provide information, that will provide you security and wisdom, so that you can take action on this, on these lessons that we learn, so that we can have a more improving, beneficial, less suffering quality of life. And it's really funny because some people will go like, "Oh, you're so in love with yourself," or "You're so up yourself." You gel your hair, you have your skincare routine, etc. And I'm just there laughing, going, "You have no idea." And I sort of just ignore it, or just go, "Nah, I'm pretty ugly. Like, I know that. Like, I don't think I'm like exceptionally ugly, so to speak, but I don't think I'm very exceptionally good looking either." But my confidence is not based in how I look. It is based on how I present myself, in a sense. Like, as Jordan Peterson says in his first rule of 12 Rules for Life in his book, stand up straight with your shoulders back. Because people in society that are slumped over and they're hunched over, usually they're the ones that are first to, in a sense, be taken advantage of. Because they feel so inconfident in themselves, or they feel so got no belief in themselves that they think that they're worthless. So they're going to start acting like they're worthless. They're going to be allowing people to treat them like they're worthless. When really, if you start lifting up your back, standing straight, shoulders back, straight away you're telling the world and you're telling people, I'm not to be messed with. I'm not to be someone to be taken advantage of. And that's how the world works. We all work from judgment of our first judgment. We always judge from outward appearance, whether we like that or not. It is often fact. Before we get to know someone, even before if we've seen our friend yesterday When we go to meet them today, we straight away judge their outward appearance. What is their body language? Are they making eye contact? Before we even have a proper conversation, just that small talk at the very start, hey, how are you? We're judging straight away from that outward appearance before we even, in a sense, get to know them on a deeper level of what they're feeling like or what they're going through that day. So I take pride in my outward appearance because I want people to know, hey, this person takes care of themselves. They actually have, in a sense, confidence. Well, that's their perception. He's got confidence in himself, when really it's, I perceive that they've actually got confidence in something because it's like they're on a mission. They've got their mindset to something. They know what they're doing. They're on that path to getting done what they need to get done. Which in a sense, for me, yes, I do have a mission. I don't know exactly where it's taking me or exactly where I'm going. But my mission is to just improve every day, no matter what that looks like. That's my mission. And it's to try and look my best so that I can feel my best. I try and learn something so that I know that I'm on a productive path or a progressive path. In a sense, my direction or my focus is self-improvement. And it's about me. It's not about anyone else. It's not about anyone else's opinions or what they think of me. But I know that if I take care of my body, when I take care of my emotional health, when I take care of my mental health, when I take care of my spiritual health, and I have to take care of all these pillars of my life, I know that I'm on the right path. I know that I'm in a sense having confidence in myself because I'm doing those little things over and over again, keeping myself accountable, being consistent. So yes, in a sense, I do have confidence in myself, but my true confidence comes from God because He gave me all this knowledge and wisdom to improve myself, to better myself, to develop all aspects of my life as best I can. Anyway, so that's my little spiel today. I hope you got something from it. I highly encourage you, and even if you don't want to, in a sense, if you struggle to have confidence within yourself, probably best advice would be have confidence in the system or in the progress or the process. Probably the process is probably the better word. Have confidence in the process of improving, knowing that you're doing little things each day that will benefit you in the future. And there's a book called The Compound Effect. I forget who it's by actually. I read it late last year. Or if you do little things, so if you read 10 minutes every day, 10 minutes every day, that's 365 minutes. Sorry, 3,650 minutes a year. Can't do my math. And from those 3,650 minutes, you would have learnt something from those books that you've read. You would have improved or changed your perspective on something or changed your attitude slightly or tweaked something in your life to improve it a little bit better. And that improvement, those small improvements every day go a long way in the future. In 5 years' time, you'll be thanking yourself that you read 3,650 minutes in that 1 year that you read that 10 minutes every day. And I would say the whole time, even when you're progressing, have confidence in the process, not in yourself. Have confidence in your process. Or if you want to go for a more spiritual, higher being, higher essence of life, have your confidence in God, because He put you here for a specific purpose. He put you in this specific time, with the specific friends, with the specific family, all for a reason, to help you grow in yourself, to grow in Him, and to build obviously a better relationship with Him so that you can reach more people, so that you can bring them to Him. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful night or a wonderful day, whatever time you're listening to this. Please check out my Instagram and also now my YouTube. I've been putting out my Bible study clips from Wednesday nights on my Instagram Live. Feel to check out those. And there's also going to be more videos coming along throughout this year. So I'm just working on all that, trying to organize people that I can interview and get to know. And hopefully you'll be able to learn from them as well. So yeah, there's a lot happening this year, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time. Till then, King up.